Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name's Alexis, my husband's name is Brandon, and a little over a year ago, we picked up our family, sold our house in town, and moved to the country to learn to homestead. Happy New Year, everyone! So I wanted to come on here and kind of put in stone what my goals were for the new year. If you see me looking down, it's because I wrote them down so that I wouldn't forget any. I was going to do this video with Brandon, but he's at work, so these are just my personal goals. I'm not really sure what his are. So my first goal is I want to read my Bible in a year. I've never done this before, so we are a couple days into the year now, and I have started this. I'm doing it in chronological order, so not necessarily like Genesis to Revelation. And so far, so good. I'm reading it in two different translations, and then I'm also listening to a podcast just to kind of get as many points of view as I can to try to better understand it better. The second thing that I want to do is I want to be more active with my kids. In the past, I've always set goals of like, oh, I'm going to work out 3 times a week, and then I always fail. So this year, I just want to be more intentional, be more healthy, active, and spend more time with my kids, whether that be outside, whether that be going to like open gyms, co-op, things like that. And my third goal this year is to grow my marriage and my relationships, but specifically my marriage. This year we went through a lot. We went through a lot of sickness. We went through Brandon being gone at the academy for 16 weeks. So this year I just want to reconnect and really like grow that relationship. I feel like that should be a goal that we have every year, is just always grow together as a couple. So I decided to add that this year to one of my goals. One of my next goals is kind of hand in hand with those two goals, and that's to have more grace and more patience. I'm not a very patient person, especially now that we're homeschooling and I'm here all the time, especially when I'm with my kids nonstop. I feel like sometimes I get really frustrated. So that's one thing I'm going to try to work on this year, is to have a little more patience and a little more grace, because they are kids. And I plan to try to take this like to work, to social media, just in general. But I know that's a place that I can really work on it, especially with my children. I also would like to make more food at home. So not necessarily just like cook dinner at home. We do plan on trying to do that a lot more, but make things that we consume at home. So like instead of buying jellies, I'm going to make my own. Instead of like buying, this is a good example, Heinz 57. I ran out the other day and I had one in the pantry, but I was thinking when I went out and got it, like, is this something I can make? So I looked up some recipes so I can make that from things that I have at my house, and I know what ingredients are in it. So that's more necessarily what my focus is this year, not necessarily just making dinners at home, but starting to make like our condiments, like just things that we use on a regular basis. So we'll see how that goes. I don't have a lot of recipes yet, so it's going to be a lot of trial and error, but I think it'll be pretty fun to figure out like what works, what doesn't. I would also like to make better use of my time. So I know I spend a lot of time on social media. I spend a lot of time just frivolously scrolling. I'm sure a lot of us do. And this year I'm trying to make better use of my time. So instead of like listening in the car to music, I've been listening to audiobooks or podcasts. And I've even narrowed it down as much as the podcasts I'm listening to are podcasts that will help me grow in life. So about homeschooling, homesteading, like marriage, parenting, instead of just listening to like drama and gossip. I know that's a little deep, but I've started to try to even apply that a little further, like I said with the podcast. And then my last goal is to post one video a week on this YouTube channel. So I don't want to like set a subscriber goal or anything like that. I just want to get in the routine of being a little more consistent. There's tons of things that I can just grab the camera and take along, and I just don't. So I don't know what kind of videos those will be. A lot of them will probably be like cooking or like just vlogs, days in the life. The main reason I even started this channel was so that I would personally have something to look back on. I was looking today, there's not a whole lot of videos on our channel, but I did make one. Don't go look at it. But it might not even be listed. But our kids were little then, and it was only like a year and a half, 2 years ago maybe. And those memories, like we don't really pull out a camcorder like we did when I was little. So my main goal when I started this was just to document things so I could look back at them later, so I can document where we came from when we moved here. That's why I did a house tour, things like that, to see year by year where we end up. So my goal is to post one video a week. I don't have a specific day because our schedule is consistently changing. So I'm not necessarily going to get that picky, but this will be my first video of 2022. That sounds so weird to say, but I will see you guys next week, as promised. If you guys would like to stick around and see more of our videos, especially with the year to come, we have a lot of big things that we're hoping to accomplish. Our laundry room is completely tore apart right now, so that will be coming. A laundry renovation. We are hoping to expand like our gardening. I'm really hoping to dive deep into that this year. So those are things that I kind of took into consideration when I was making my goals, like being more mindful of my time, because I only have so much of it a day. And now I'm homeschooling. We plan to homeschool still some this summer just to get caught back up. So those are still some things that we're going to have to make a schedule for. And I think the more mindful I am, the easier that will be. So like I said, if you guys would stick around and subscribe, that would mean a lot to us. And if you'd leave a comment down below what your guys' goals are, that would also mean a lot, because then we can start some conversation. We are getting some likes on our videos, but not too many comments. So it'd be nice to be able to talk with you guys. Until next time, bye.